We're out of power. No, I cannot see in all of this steam. Oh, wait, the calcite was the problem. We're out of coal, right. This is just calcite. This is terrible. Where is it? Where is the tungsten? Ah, there we go, there we go. There's a thick belt lane. Now that's drilling. Bring all this down. That is a lot of science packs. And we're gonna build buses of this stuff. I think that's actually the first time I've ever had this game crash on me. In that case, what we could do is have a look for those mods that were mentioned earlier. Blueprint Sandboxes. Let's launch that. Okay, here we go. So, how does this Blueprint Sandbox work? Okay, hang on, what's all this? We got infinite stuff. We just ghost cursor stuff. Oh, okay, I see, I see. So we can build stuff here. We're gonna need to build stuff because I completely lost the design that I had. I had one of these. I might actually just use the legendaries again. We had something like this, and then pipe to grounds went under. I think that's the design that we had. This should now tile. Yep, which it does. And then we should be able to flip that vertically, and then we can set this up with our modules. Now, the one thing that I have forgotten to do is power all of it. We need to place a substation somewhere in here. Question is, do we use a big substation, the legendary one, or do we just use regular ones? I don't think a regular one is going to give us full coverage. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that's not going to give us full coverage, so it's going to have to be a legendary. Yeah, there we go. That covers the whole thing. Let's copy that and head back over to Vulcanus. So we can plonk it down, I think, here. We can get some of our sulfuric acid and just do a quick little plug in here. Oh, wait, hang on. There's one other thing we forgot. How do we extract the items? Oh boy, okay, hang on. This isn't gonna work. I don't really want to do it, but we shift some of these down. Then we can do another manifold down here. Something like that. It's really ugly, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it at all. But it's for numbers, right? The numbers must grow. So that's going to extract the items. And then... Okay, what if we flip this? Oh, wait. What if we tessellated this? So it was staggered slightly off. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, this is a little interesting. Hurts the eyes a little bit, which means it's probably good for the channel. Okay, so then if we copy that... Yeah, okay, this might work. What is the rate calculator going to say about this? How much are we going to produce? 168. I doubt that quite a lot. Hang on. Repower this. Oh, I forgot to power it. A little bit messy, but that'll do. So that's all going to be powered now. What's the rate calculator say now? 445. I still doubt that. Press X to doubt. Is that really what we're going to get out of this? I suppose if I start loading speed modules into these things, that'll improve. 576, that doesn't seem as good as it looks. Hang on, let me do a quick comparison. Glad the train is out of fuel. Oh, hang on. Light detour. I forgot to request fuel for these guys. There we go, rocket fuel. That should sort you out. Cool. I want to quickly check our current setup here. What's the rate end up being here? 144. Okay, it is way better. It just doesn't sound as impressive as I thought it would be. 500 is not thousands, but we'll make do. At least we can tile it. We need to flip this around. That's going to be our tungsten and the other stuff. Swing this upwards. Okay, that's tungsten carbide. We need to flip all these around. There we go. Oh my goodness, that goes in quick. I 1 second crafted that right, and we've got a crafting speed of 36. I did not take that into account. Okay, maybe instead of speed, we do productivity. That might slow it down a little bit and then give us some extra productivity because I don't want that coal and tungsten running out. We've got a thick belt here. Next thing we need is tungsten plates, which needs molten iron and tungsten ore. We can probably just do that up here since we got access to lava here. I'm going to use the rare foundries for extra speed. Where in the spaghetti? Here we are. One of these days, I'm going to give someone a seizure just from looking at my spaghetti. It's that bad. Need a disclaimer warning on my stream. May cause le cringe. Okay, we pump out some lava. Oh, calcite. Right, I forgot the calcite. We can probably just grab it from down here. I'm gonna just ignore that this guy's here. The ultimate flex. Building while there's a worm standing next to me. Can we make light bulbs with tungsten? Tungsten filaments are a thing. I think for this one we'll go vertically. This guy doesn't even know I'm here. Okay, this should give us plenty of calcite. I don't think I'm going to need much more than this. Oh, this guy's going for it. No, sir, this is my land now. Okay, and then I need to plug this in. There we go. There's some more power for those. And then we should just be able to run all this all the way back up. Now, before I forget, I'm just going to run over here and kill this guy, because this is going to bite me in the ass. We're going to need to bring this to two areas, actually, because the orange science does need copper. And the stone is going to come up this lava and go in the lava and burn. All right, cool. So then we need some power. And we also need to connect these pipes up. There's our molten iron. So then we need to take the molten iron and mix it with the tungsten ore, and that's going to make our plates. Where should we do this? I suppose just a nice big row over here might be plenty. But the question is, how much can we maximize our speed? It doesn't exactly tile well, does it? What if we did something like this? So if we have a pipe coming out, we can use this one space that we can't fit a beacon in, and then we can get our items out using a stack inserter. And these can join up onto a primary bus. If we copy this, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Grab our speed modules, probably our productivity modules for the actual boundaries. That gives us a total of 114% productivity. Yeah, I think we're ready for the ores. So ores are going to come in through here, just like that. And my inventory is dead. Then we need the molten iron to come through, like that. And we now have tungsten plates. And my inventory is still full. Okay, so if we then copy this a bunch of times. Yeah, okay, this is coming along. Now if we copy this and flip it. Let's run this across. And then with the stacked tungsten plates and the stacked tungsten carbide, we now need to mix that with copper ore. And then we can make ourselves the orange juice. So copper ore needs to be more lava. We can probably just flip this onto the other side and do it there. But we have a little bit of a slight problem here with spacing. Move it over slightly. And then the stone can just come over here and join up with the disposal. And we're definitely going to need a whole lot more than this. So I'm going to make a few copies. And then we need our calcite. So the calcite needs to come in through the manifold. We have a second calcite belt, don't we? Yes, we do. Let's bring this up. There we go. That's going to be our copper. We don't need to use productivity on this. So I'm just going to go speed all the way. So the next thing we need to do is design up our little modules for making the orange science. The easiest way to do that is just to swing these around. Something like that. And then we can drag them downwards. And then we need to split them and join them up onto either side of the belt. So we can just have one belt doing its thing. This guy needs his molten copper. Vulcanus is going to pick this up. Now, how do we squeeze as many beacons as we possibly can around this thing? And actually, we do need to send the orange science back. We can do that on a quick manifold. Yep, okay, so beacons. How many can we fit around this thing? Put a tunnel there. And a tunnel there. Can we then tile that? Yes, that will tile. 10 beacons. That's... I'm sure there's a way you can squeeze probably an extra set of beacons, but I think as far as space efficiency goes, that's probably a nice amount. Then we need our copper. So we can just plug that into a pipe here. Molten copper needs to find its way down though. I think we can squeeze some spaghetti in here. We all love our spaghetti. How's everyone's factories? Are they all spaghettified? I know some of you have some really, really compact factories. I'm kind of too stupid to be able to figure out how to do the not spaghetti. Everything becomes spaghetti in the end. I'm just happy when they work. I think that's a good attitude. There we go, there's your power. We should be getting some orange science coming out through here. Ooh, there we are. What's the rate calculator say about this? 22.5. Oh, wait, I'm in per second. So you're telling me that this is actually 41k. Oh my goodness, that changes things. I was disappointed with that previously. 26.7 thousand per minute. So what's this end up being? 1,000 per minute. That's just from 4 machines. Wait a second. Okay, we're going to need way more molten copper than that. We can load these up with some speed modules to try and get just a little bit more. Oh, hang on. Problem is the stone. There we go. That's going to help the stone barely. Yeah, we might have to make some slight adjustments to this. Let's see what we can do. If we run some inserters here, how much does that improve the flow rate? Not very much. That's a lot of smoke. Okay, yeah, hang on. That's starting to clear. That's clearing. Molten copper's coming through. Now we just need to deliver all of this. Easiest way we can do that is just by building a quick little rocket silo area, probably just down here. Which means we need to start manufacturing processing units, rocket fuel, and low density structures. Those are really easy to cast. It's the processing units that I'm a little bit annoyed about, because we need plastic with the advanced circuits. Okay. If we copy our setup from Navis, where are we going to plonk it? Probably just down here. We're going to need substations, we're going to need roboports, and we need our rocket silos. How many of those are there? 42. Wait, can we drop stone directly into the lava? Yes, we can. That's kind of neat. Alrighty, rockets. This is insane. Then we need our substations, and then we need to grab as well some electromagnetic plants. I think we have them sitting here on Electric Boogaloo as well. Yeah, EM plants. We'll do the rares. We had a dedicated electronics factory over here. We might just copy this whole thing. I'll just slap it on the side here, I reckon. That's going to be for iron. That's going to be for copper. I am really excited to see what our final production rate is going to be. If it's 1,000 per those small blocks that we saw earlier, we're probably going to end up producing something crazy like 40,000 per minute if I just span that a whole bunch of times. There we go. Iron plates. Oh, hang on. We need to upgrade these. We just stack inserters. There we go. So that's molten copper sorted now. We're just making our copper wires. Brilliant. Now we need to turn that into green circuits, which I think, again, we can just steal from Navis. Oh, wow. That's dark. I can barely see, but we can copy this. This will probably be enough. We don't really need to go that heavy duty, I don't think. There we go, that inserts there. Boom. Let's throw some of these productivity modules in. Next thing we need is plastic so that we can make the red circuits. Yoink. And this is where we can grab our extra bus lanes. Yeah. Wow, I planned ahead, chat. And we're going to forget that I ever asked, why do I have 5 lanes? And we're just going to say, nah, I knew what I was doing this whole time. Don't laugh. We know what we're doing. Nice, and then that's going to come through and make us our coal, make us our plastic. Here we go, here we go. Oh, we need petroleum. Okay, how do we make petroleum on this planet again? Coal, calcite, and sulfuric acid makes heavy oil, and then we need to crack that all the way down. Oh boy. So we basically just need this setup upscaled. That takes 5 seconds to make 50 heavy oil. Okay, if we use our beacons, which I'm actually about to run out of, we can reserve this space in here to put in some of our inserters and things like that. So we need coal and calcite. Calcite, I wonder where we can get calcite from. Oh, look, how convenient. We already have one set up. So calcite will come into here. We need coal. If coal is coming through a manifold and then splitting, we can then pick up from here. But we also need space to put the other stuff in. Oh, hang on. We went the other way with the calcite. Yes. Maybe. Calcite can just run on a simple manifold. I think that'll do. Heavy oil comes out this side. Sulfuric acid comes in on this side. Substation goes on there. I think that'll work. So then we copy this. That connects up. Nice. Nice little tileable design. We love those. Speed modules. What's our rate calculator say that's going to be? 29k per minute. That's pretty nice. Now we need to crack that with our chemical plants, which are still crafting. So once again, let's squeeze some beacons in between these. Something like that. Heavy oil to light oil. Oh, but that needs water as well. Ugh. Let's do the steam and the water over here. Let's copy this, bring it over. This needs to be steam, which again needs calcite. Or we just do another manifold again. Nope, that's a beacon. We can't insert into a beacon. Actually, can you insert into beacons? Would you look at that? And you can pull out of beacons. Well, how about that? We learn something new every day. Next thing we need is another set of these for water condensation. Is that as simple as... Yeah, okay. Oh, hang on. We can do a cryogenic plant. I would like to do the cryogenics as much as I can because they are just so powerful. How many beacons can we get away with here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12. That sounds pretty good to me. No, hang on. We could get more than that. This is a 5x5 machine, isn't it? It's just like the biolabs. We can get 14. No, yeah, we can get more of these on. Yep, there we go. That surrounds it completely. I wonder how fast this is gonna go. Okay, water's coming through. Then we need to deliver the water down here so we can start doing the cracking. Our water needs to come in from somewhere. And so does our heavy oil. Probably do something like that. We can squeeze an extra beacon there. Yeah, there we go. That tiles. Water jumps down there. There we go. And then the heavy oil needs to come in. Here we go. Here we go. We're about to do huge production. Boom. Okay, there we go. There's heavy oil, which is coming into light oil. And then we need to copy this whole setup one last time and swap the recipe over for light oil cracking. And there we go. We have petroleum. Now we can deliver the petroleum over to the plastic manufacturing. Oh yeah, we have plastic. So on Narvis, we have ourselves a bit of a setup here involving electromagnetic plants, the production of red circuits. So if we copy this whole thing and stick it on Vulcanus, probably just dump it there. And then there's one other thing we need to copy as well, and that is the blue circuit production. There we go. Let's get all this built up. Oh, am I out of belts as well? Yeah, I'm out of belts. And it looks like I'm out of poles. Sorry, everyone, for this awkward back and forth I keep doing. Belts, 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 belts. Where are my belts? Here we go. A couple of those. I need to make some chests as well. I need to make request a chest so that I can distribute all of the rocket part items. Hopefully that'll saturate the whole system eventually. I think it does because these craft really, really slow. It's 6 seconds per. The last thing we need now is crazy amounts of copper wires, and I don't think this here is actually going to cut it. Thankfully, we don't need copper wires for the processing units. That would suck. These are crafting. Yeah, we definitely need more copper cable. Can I speed these up with the green speed modules? Yes, I think that's working. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, maybe a little too much better. Yes, we fully saturated. Okay, hang on. We might even be able to now grab from here and provide the second lane, the second belt. Italian technology. They were onto something, that's for sure. Yeah, that's producing red circuits, which we have here. Nice. That's red, that's green. Sulfuric acid's in place. These shouldn't even be stack inserters. These should just be bulk inserters. I've now learned my lesson. Not everything needs to be a stack inserter. There we go. Processing units. We need to take the blue circuits and bring them around and deliver them into a little chest so that the robots around here can start distributing that to the rockets. And there we go. And then we can grab a little stack inserter. Let's think about rocket fuel. So, chemical plant can just probably spawn here somewhere. Spawn? What am I saying? Solid fuel, some speed modules, heavy oil, stack inserters. And then I need to bring that over to here. No, hang on. I need to turn that into rocket silence. Rocket silence. What words? Rocket fuel, which is not done in chemical plants. Okay, hang on. This is done in... Oh, we got legendary ones of these. Yes, we can do these in assembling machines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick, dirty little setup where we have a splitter here set to filter the rocket fuel out on one side. We can then extract rocket fuel onto the right side of the belt, which then gets filtered out here, and that way we don't have to worry about more belts. There we go. Alright, that's rocket fuel sorted. Low density structures are quite literally just two fluids and plastic, which means we could probably just do them up here. We can do a little breakaway here. There we go. And then we can do some iron that then just plugs in like this. Do some pipe to grounds for the copper as well, so that we can squeeze a stack, no, not a stack inserter, a bulk inserter to plug the plastic in here. There we go, low density structures. So pretty soon we should start hearing all these rockets going off. Okay, this is exciting. Oh, there we go. Now they're ready to start shipping. Metallurgic science is now coming through. All right, let's watch the production rate now that that's going somewhere. 3.5k just from this. Oh, the rockets are going. Okay, we're low on molten copper. So this is the part where we start poking and prodding until we get a nice little balance. Oh my god, I can't reach. I might have to install a mod that increases my building reach, because this is... I'm at the point of the game where, like, you know, I've got everything in the game. It's just a matter of pushing numbers now, so I'm not too concerned about balancing. I don't know, what does everyone else think? Do you like sticking with the challenge, or does it kind of just get annoying? It becomes a little bit redundant, I think, is just my 2 cents about it. Oh, power. Power is a problem we need to sort out, right? Holy crap, that's a lot of turbines. Holy moly. With all that steam, you're going to start terraforming. I'm going to start a rainstorm at this point. Holy. That would actually be kind of an interesting mechanic. Can we restore vegetation to the other planets? Wait, how did the trees grow in the first place if the planet is so close? What caused the planet to be covered in lava? If the planet is so close, supposedly, to the sun, that we get 400% more solar power in the atmosphere, did the Fulgurans push the planet? Are planets technically just really big space platforms? Ooh, now that's a question. I remember a post from a while ago where someone managed to put thrusters onto a planet and push it. Wait, actually? That's hilarious. That would get you to the shattered planet. No, that would make a shattered planet. You don't even need railguns. Let the demolishers eat... Ooh, let the demolishers eat the rocks. They can take the brunt because of their mass regeneration and physical resistance. Yeah, why don't we just capture a worm and put him on the front of the ship? Hold on a second. We might have just solved the shattered planet problem. I do want to see if someone can actually make a mod to try and get that to work. 300,000 base health, so he'll take 600 Promethium asteroids, but then they have the crazy regeneration, 100% impact. Oh yeah, would it count as impact or physical resistance? That's a good question. It's impact. Oh, so they are immune. This is so stupid. Why are we even talking about this? Are we still struggling for copper? We're still struggling for copper. Okay. Oh. And we're struggling for copper because we're struggling to keep up with the amount of stone we're making. Gotcha. There we go. That's going to create a lot of pollution. Holy. I can't see the belt. Where's the belt? This is not emptying in any way. Okay, I'm going to have to create a second belt. This is getting ridiculous. Like that. Yep, that's starting to empty. Good. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. I can further enforce our confusion about storing molten lava in iron pipes. Lava temperature, 1.5 thousand Celsius. Molten iron, 1.5 thousand Celsius. So if the melting point of iron is 1.5 thousand Celsius, and we're storing 1.5 thousand Celsius liquids in them, why don't they melt? Do we have enough lava yet? Yep. Now the molten copper's coming through. Okay, we sorted that out. Nice. So we should now be able to copy this and keep going. Probably about that far. Oh, we're barely even biting into the belt. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. How much of this stuff do I need to get rid of? This is getting ridiculous. Would it be easier to turn the stone to landfill than dump to lava? How fast does landfill go again? Half a second for 50. Oh, let's try the landfill. Making landfill on Vulcanus is not something I thought I would be doing, but here we are. Oh yeah, that does get rid of them quicker. Alright, now we can get rid of this. Okay, lava is not coming in quick enough. We need more pumps. Okay, that is very full. Okay, there we go. I think to get a little bit more molten copper... What the heck happened to our carbide? Actually, what happened to everything? Hang on. Okay, looks like we're just not making everything quick enough. wait a minute, these need to flip this whole time. Wait, chat, this whole time you didn't tell me that these weren't flipped around. I wish the worms respawned. I don't, why would you say that? Get them out of here. I've just realized I can actually speed this up if I move the beacon to here. Ooh. I'm going to leave that there so I remind myself later when I inevitably come past it, my OCD kicks in and says, why is that not the same as everything else? Here we go. We're taking advantage. We're weaponizing OCD for the sake of growing the factory. What's our production rate? Ooh, 6.6 thousand per minute. Yeah, that is a fully buffed. That is a fully saturated. We can't really tell what the production rate of this is going to be. That's 7,000 per minute. That's not as impressive as I thought it would be. I suppose that fully saturates a belt, so there you go. Ladies and gents, we have increased production of orange juice on our planet. So a grand total of something that I can't measure because we're not consuming it fast enough. All right, we gotta just hope, I suppose. You know what, let's do an upgrade planner. Beacons, need to upgrade to legendary beacons. 14,500 just from this alone, plus the 4,000 over there. We're almost at 20,000. We can't really see if that works because we're not actually able to consume it quick enough. And we can't consume it quick enough because we don't have all the other sciences to be able to consume at that rate, which is going to leave us with the end of our journey on Vulcanus for a little while, I think, as we now wait for us to get to the other planets and get their science production rates up.